In this video, guys, I'm going to ask a question from a subscriber. Do I actually believe in intraday trading? Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. All right, so no doodles on the whiteboard on this one, but this is a question came in from Ferdinand. I think I've pronounced that correctly. Appreciate your question. And it says, do you believe, or do you actually believe in intraday trading? Now my answer to this is, listen, I know that intraday trading gets a bad rap, and I know why, because it's one of the more challenging ways to trade, in my opinion. Why is that? Because you are really vulnerable to trading from emotion, from breaking discipline, and it's far more of has a far more devastating impact on your account when you do that compared to swing trading, potentially. So you're trading, day trading, and all of a sudden you make a mistake, you take a trade you shouldn't take, you overtrade, you get angry, you go on tilt. You can end up doing a significant amount of damage, which is why a lot of day traders struggle to kind of get to a point they want to be, because it's such a psychological battle compared to swing trading, position trading, which, don't get me wrong, still super challenging. But ultimately, if you make a mistake, you've got time to recover it. You're not trading in such a quick environment. You've got time to kind of let your emotions dial down a little bit. You've got time to kind of take stock of the situation, time to undo a bad trade. And I think that many people say that day trading is a losing game. You can't day trade purely because of that, because it's such, when you get it wrong, you get it significantly wrong. However, I firmly believe that day trading is one of the best ways to make money in the market if there's a big if here, if you can master that emotional side of it. If that's challenging for you, then I just recommend don't get involved in it. If you find yourself over trading, you find yourself impulsive, then it's going to be, you've got a long journey ahead to try and undo that. You've got a long journey ahead to try and master that. But I believe that short-term price movements are easier to predict than longer-term price movements. Now, I think there's a sweet spot. I think there's a sweet spot of kind of, maybe the next 15 minutes to the next 3 days. I think, and that's just, guys, a personal opinion. This is the way that I approach the market. Others are just going to think it's complete nonsense. Others are going to agree with me. But the way that I look at the market, and the way that has worked for me over many years, is to look to see those shifts in supply and demand imbalance on a short-term time frame. And the way I do that is I look at the bigger picture and I say, okay, this looks good on a bigger picture. We've got a bullish tendency here. We've got a bull flag here, whatever it may be. I'm looking to get long at a low in the next day, whatever that may be. Then I will look and I will use my filters and my triggers, and I talk about these in my price action program, where I will look and decide when to take the trade. So I will use that short-term supply-demand imbalance shift, which I think you can read. And I'm kind of proof of it if you like. I've been doing it many years. And I kind of refine my skills as algos have changed and this and that and the other. Does it work all the time? No, it doesn't. But I definitely think there's an edge there with it, because if you can spot that, then at least you can get a kind of short-term advantage with your entry. Now, obviously, sometimes you're going to get stopped out. That's where risk management comes in, etc. But I think that then, recognizing where the market is going to go based on that turning point that you're watching on a very short-term chart, and then bolting it in with a kind of broader momentum theme, perhaps on a higher time frame, there's your sweet spot. So using intraday trading as a real kind of tool to get you into the right trades. Now, some people, and sometimes, I'll do this myself, you just take a day trade. Listen, I've got a good position on the low here. We faked out. I'm going to push it back to the close, take it out. Sometimes it works in with a broader thesis and you're looking to hold for a multi-day move. And that's obviously a personal preference. I think that, and again, this is personal opinion, guys. As with all trading, there's plenty of ways to trade. For me, I think trying to predict what's going to happen in a year's time, isn't the best way to trade. Some people, they make a massive living from that. You know, some people it works very, very well for them. But I think there's so many variables, and my personality type as well, sitting through with a position for a year. And I have done it, have made investments before in stuff that aren't really trading vehicles, small cap kind of stuff that have paid off, which is a different thing. But I think that, you know, for me to hold, let's say, a position in the DAX or a position in a short-term stock for a year, I just wouldn't feel like I had an edge there. You know, my specific edge and what I've worked on for all these years is watching for those short-term price changes. And if I can bolt that in with a slightly longer opinion and move, then I can use that as almost a bit of a leg in, a bit of an assistance to help me get that sweet spot entry intraday to either day trade it and take the day trade off if it's very active back and forth, or if I think that it's part of a bigger play, do that. So do I believe in intraday trading? Long-winded way, I guess, of saying yes, I do. You know, there's many traders out there who are doing very, very well intraday, but I think it gets a bad reputation, and a lot of people really slate it off because it is challenging, and people try it and they can't do it, and they want to go back to swing trading, and that's fine. You know, I don't slate swing trading or investing. Like I say, you know, it doesn't work for me investing in kind of the stuff that I'd be trading. But it works for other people, and I think it's very, very personal. And I think that, you know, when someone says something can't be done, you've got to be careful. You've got to say what you really mean is you've tried it didn't work for you, and rather than saying and being honest about it and say, hey, it didn't work for me, I'm just not very good at that, which that's not a problem, guys. I don't have a problem standing here and say to you, I would be the worst person in the world to try to predict where the DAX is going to be next year. I could probably have a good guess at it, but would I put money on it? No, I wouldn't, because I just wouldn't feel I've got an edge for it. And I don't mind saying that. But however, you put me in front of a screen, we've got a nice volatile environment, markets trading, markets rotating nicely, and I'm in tune with it, then I'm going to give myself the best possible shot of having a good outcome from that. And so, you know, the point is, guys, is that, hey, if it works, it can work. But if it doesn't work for you and it's not working, then there are other ways to trade. You don't have to be an intraday trader. But I definitely believe that it's there. You know, I know that there's many people who are doing it as well. But it's, you know, it's mastering, I think, the emotional side of it. You know, the emotional side of it is far greater and it's far more substantial, I believe, when you're intraday trading, because there's a lot more pressure. You've got the decision-making process to make. You're missing opportunities if it's not there. And that can be why people give it a bad name and a bad reputation. But those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comment section below. And I appreciate your question, of course, and all your questions. I've got a lot to look through, and I'll try to get to all of them and maybe answer them in a couple of videos if we can. But I appreciate all the support, guys, of course, your shares, your likes, your comments, and your subscription. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.